Wait, hang on a minute. When did everyone become fucking
gay?
Oh, come on, seriously? Hey guys, Luxille here. Now I know it's been a rather long time since I've uploaded a video, and there's probably a question that's wandering on all of your minds right now. And that question probably goes something along the lines of, so, David, you've been busy, huh?
You've been busy.
So, I know it's been essentially 3 weeks or so since I've uploaded a video, and I haven't really been that active about what I've been doing on Twitter and Facebook and stuff, so I thought I'd quickly address that before we get well underway with today's video. Anyway, after my last video, I went away to the Canary Islands for about a week or so to get away from the YouTube and SoundCloud drama, because, let's be honest guys, there's only so much you can take from a middle-aged man comically consuming popcorn whilst reporting on news about people who are half his age. And this one might not be so relatable for the YouTube community, but there's only so much you can take of anime backgrounds, people changing their musical alias every 5 seconds, or making posts about how they're not going to make dubstep anymore. But the oversaturation of anime backgrounds is probably the worst out of the three. But besides that guys, let's get right into the news of today's video. Now, on the Luxille channel, you know, I like to have a bit of variety. Even though I've only made 2 videos, I was in the mood to take a chance in spicing things up. So I got bored and I decided to ask a Facebook group that I'm in whether or not to have COD gameplay or CSGO gameplay as the next video, or me talking to Cleverbot as the background. And I decided to take the very first answer that I saw, which unfortunately turned out to be a friend writing almost instantly Cleverbot in caps. So unfortunately guys, I'm gonna have to switch over the COD gameplay today to me having a very interesting conversation with the one and only Cleverbot. So today we don't really have any videos to dissect or make fun of. It's gonna be more of me just talking generally about topics as opposed to my first video where I take a video, give it feedback, and basically just take the piss out of it, Now this is gonna be another video on SoundCloud because, well, I come from there and I just feel like I should talk about everything that goes on there because it has a community just like YouTube does, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. So, the community on SoundCloud has changed vastly over the years, from when I joined back in the cancerous days of 2013, where I was posting gay-ass tweets to get more attention, rather than just focusing on my music and bettering it. Honestly guys, I've always liked the SoundCloud community though, so I feel like it's always been people just supporting each other's work and spreading the love when someone released something new. However, now all I can say is that it's changed way too much, so let me narrow it down for you guys. If you make dubstep, then you're either me, Script, or... oh wait, yeah. Dubstep's practically dead at this point, so nobody fucking makes it anymore. That's right, I mean, it used to be the biggest genre that people were interested in, and probably the most marketable, but now everyone's changing their minds and changing their branding to either simplistic shit or anime backgrounds. Again, Script is the issue, and to be honest guys, it just doesn't feel the same. At this point in music, I'd probably say that either trap or future bass, those kind of genres are just taking over the scene completely. People like Slushy and others are just taken over. Also, I blame Script for starting the cancerous anime trend. I mean, ever since he was reposted by a huge artist called Getter, he's just exploded everywhere and basically set a trend of watching anime unironically and investing in anime body pillows, which is the fucking worst thing. Like, damn, people used to have real edgy, well-designed shit on their SoundCloud pages, but now it's just fucking anime, anime, and anime. And don't get me wrong, guys, some of it's actually really well-designed, so I have to give credit where it's due, of course. However, the oversaturation of anime-related things as of recent has just skyrocketed, and Script is obviously the main culprit who started these new trends. Nah, I'm just kidding guys, but the producer who did actually start all of this though goes under the name of Must Die. Now, if you're in this community or have some sort of idea or just listen to EDM in general, then you might know that he's a fairly big producer in the EDM scene, sitting up there with 105,000 followers. Now, I've been listening to his music for about 3 years now, dating back to the cancerous 2013 days, and all I can say is that to see him get into drama with a close friend from the same scene over a song that sounded slightly similar was honestly just weird for me to see. Like, now if you guys have seen what Nafuckers and Keemstar are like on Twitter, then you can probably just compare this to that situation. I mean, there ended up being a fucking meme out of this shit, guys. Must I listen to my friend Patrick's song? I don't remember how exactly it got to him. I think either someone tweeted at him or something like that. Anyway, somewhere along the line, he ended up responding with, "Lol, what a ripoff." Yeah, I quote that. And that ended up being a pretty big meme in the community. I mean, it ran its course, of course, and it's basically dead now, but it just goes to show how memes can come out of literally fucking anything. But that's enough of that, guys. So I want to talk a little bit more about the Nightcore scene, even though I haven't even mentioned it yet, but you guys are probably cringing right now because a lot of people know what Nightcore is. It's also known as NXC. Now, a lot of people that I'm friends with have actually moved on to this scene, and one of them is trying to get me into it. He even went out of his way to make me a fucking Nightcore alias, which is apparently on some small Twitter blog now for some reason. My friend actually hit me up this morning, or whenever it was, and he was like, "Yo, you can't stop now. You need need to carry it on, or something like that, and that's just from the top of my head. By the way, to fully reply to him, no, I'm not going to be continuing the alias and joining the Nightcore scene. Now at this point, people from the scene are probably itching to know my opinion on the scene and itself and the people in it, so they can kidnap me at 3 AM and take me back to the Nightcore lair. So I suppose I'll just give it to you guys. I honestly think that some of the people seem really nice in the scene, and it's a really good representation of what the dubstep scene used to be like back in 2014 and the earlier 2015. I don't really have much against Nightcore myself. I mean, I see the enjoyment, I see how people would get a thrill out of it. Well, not really a thrill, unless you're really into it, but the fact that it just has to be associated with anime because the vocals are pitched up just makes it straight cancer to me, in my opinion. But hey, if you like it, my dude, keep going. Let's have the father seal of approval, shall we? Anyway, to conclude today's video, I don't really have a huge issue with anime backgrounds, and definitely not the people doing it either. I mean, some of them are some really close friends. I mean, let's take Lost Punk for example. He's a good friend of mine, and he even has his own YouTube channel. Be sure to go over to his channel, by the way, and give him some love, because he's almost at 100 subscribers, which means he'll probably end up doing a Q&A video or poll on social media, because everyone on YouTube is running out of ideas, guys, as to what to do for milestones. So I suppose I'm just going to round it off here, because I don't want to make you guys sit here for ages just listening to me talking about communities and shit. Well, maybe you actually enjoy this content, and you want to hear me talk about general topics and give my opinion in the future. Be sure to let me know, by the way. Oh, and that actually brings me on to something else, guys. Series name ideas. Now, my first video was just, you know, generic clickbait shit that's similar to that of Leafy's or Pyrocynicals. However, the video after that, I added LuxilleTalks to the end of it, and it was pretty similar to the mocking kind of content, you know. But I thought about it for a while, and I thought that I should make these videos kind of different to the clickbait shit. So I sat down and basically said that I'll keep doing the horrible clickbait style videos, but I'll still make LuxilleTalk videos talking about general topics, and I'll most likely just still use videos in them to get my point across, but I'll try and differentiate these two so you know what you're in for when you click on the video. Anyways, guys, sorry this was more of a serious video and kind of boring, but I felt it was just kind of necessary to make. And hey, I needed to upload something, right? I'm actually thinking in making another video really soon if I get the time. I said that I might on Twitter, but I didn't make any promises, so we'll just have to see. Also, guys, be sure to peep my new mixtape with Distemper. We're essentially two Russian roommates, struggling to pay the rent every month because we keep investing in CSGO skins, and it has almost become a part of us. But anyways, guys, I really hope that you've enjoyed the video. The horrible clickbait shit is probably going to be back in the next video, so be ready for that, as I have a few ideas in my head. If you have any ideas or suggestions on what I should talk about next or in the future, be sure to comment down below or tweet me at LuxilleTalks. Peace out, guys.